During the Labor Day long weekend of 2023, we decided to visit Taiwan. It's a 3-hour flight from Beijing, so it became a perfect destination for the 5 days we had to travel. Taiwan is a place I wanted to visit for a long time because the country holds a large Buddhist community, so I knew that many eateries will be at least vegetarian. Taiwan is an island located in the East Asia, with the People's Republic of China to the northwest, Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south. The capital, Taipei, is the largest metropolitan area in Taiwan, with around 23.9 million inhabitants. Our hotel, located right next to the world-famous landmark Taipei 101 in the Xini district, the most cosmopolitan and wealthiest district of Taipei, a popular tourist destination. There are stories of Grand Hyatt Taipei being haunted. I heard anecdotes about the late-night knocks on the room windows and mysterious noises in the corridors. Some travelers believe that the hotel is built on the site of a prisoner of war camp and that people were executed there. The Grand Hyatt Taipei is built on the remains of a military warehouse used to store munitions, but not prisoners. I decided to take a short nap in the extremely comfortable bed and was interrupted in my dreams by the room service guy who brought our luggages. He also confirmed that there were no ghosts. We were hungry and decided to go for a late lunch. I like to use the application Happy Cow when I travel, and I found this restaurant called Vege Creek very close to the hotel. The restaurant is located in Shinkong Mitsukushi Mall in building A11 in the basement food court. It's more a food stall than a restaurant, with modern design concepts with simple elements of decoration. The concept is build your own noodle soup with fresh vegetables. You have to choose your ingredients: vegetables, tofu, faux meat, noodles, mushroom. Then the chef cooks it in just few minutes. The chef adds a broth to the soup, but you can also have it dry. When the soup is ready, you can choose different sauces to add. The chef recommended me the ginger sesame oil, the sesame sauce, and the pomelo dressing. We sat at the table of the shared eating area. Wow, the broth was so fragrant and delicious. Broth is so important into Asian soups because the broth makes the soup. I added a bit more of the pomelo dressing because it was just so good. And I left nothing in the bowl, all finished. That's a place I would highly recommend. The food is tasty, it's not expensive, and it's an healthy choice. After lunch, since we were close to the Tower 101, we decided to go and visit it to admire the view of the city. Taipei 101 is the tallest building in Taiwan. The observatory is accessed via the 5th floor, where we bought our ticket. There was a long queue, so it's better to make online reservation. The elevators transport visitors from the 5th floor to the 89th floor observatory in only 37 seconds. The double-deck elevators set a new record in 2004 with the fastest ascending speed in the world, at 60.6 km per hour and 60.83 meters per second. The indoor observatory stands 383.4 meters above ground, offering a comfortable environment, large windows with UV protections, and buy food, drinks, and gift items. What a stunning view we had on the city. It's breathtaking. That day the sky was cloudy. The sky was just stunning. I just couldn't stop admiring this beautiful sight. Our next destination for dinner is a must-go-eat vegan restaurant in Taipei. Hoshina is a vegan restaurant and noodle house serving handcrafted cuisine inspired by Japanese traditions. The restaurant is famous for making his own udon and ramen and all other dishes in-house. The restaurant proposes set meals that comes with different other dishes like tempura or pickled vegetables. The broth was flavorful, full of umami and sweet flavors, achieved with a mix of sweet miso and seaweed. Just delicious. Japanese restaurants are not very frequent, so this is definitely a place to visit. To digest, we went for a random walk in the city. We passed in front of this store that sells dry fruits and cooking ingredients. I remember that when I was in Singapore, I liked a jelly dessert that was made out of mysterious seeds. It happens that a very friendly lady who owns the shop had that product and explained how to use the seeds to extract the pectin to make the dessert. I bought one pack as I wanted to make it at home. We were told that we could find some already prepared in any night markets in the city. So we decided to head towards the nearest one, called Ning Xia Night Market. Ning Xia Market is a bustling nighttime market featuring traditional local food. We were lucky. One of the first stalls we met was selling the famous jelly. The lady had prepared in advance the jelly and poured it in a glass with a ladle, then add sugar syrup, lime and shaved ice before serving it as a drink. It's very refreshing. The texture is wonderful, with the hint of lime juice and the sweetness of the sugar syrup. It's a perfect snack for cooling off on a hot day. Since we were at the market, I wanted to try the local stinky tofu. Have you ever had stinky tofu before? Let me know in the comments below. Stinky tofu is a Chinese form of a fermented tofu that has a strong odor. It is known affectionately as the blue cheese of tofu. Here in Taiwan, they fry it, so the smell is less strong than the steamed one. But be careful because not all stinky tofu are vegan. Sometimes they use shrimps or meat for the marinade. So ask the vendor before. The tofu was marinated in a spicy broth, then fried in oil. The cubes came with chili sauce and a side of pickled cabbage, which is a traditional way to serve it here. Not very spicy at all, but with a pleasant taste where the soft inside contrasted well with the crunchy fried outer layer. In the afternoon of our second day, we accidentally passed in front of that store that sells soy milk products. Out of curiosity, we pushed the door. Beyondmilk is a chain of vegan soy-based beverage and dessert shops. The soy milk drinks come in multiple flavors. I tried the soy milk with black sesame. Black sesame is one of my favorite flavors, and I just loved it. The two flavors go so well together. The shop also offers vegan cinnamon rolls. I didn't open the box there, but I can tell you that they are absolutely stunning. For our second night in Taipei, we met some old friends who invited us to meet them in a vegan restaurant they have just found. Vegan Amore is a vegan restaurant offering a variety of Asian and international dishes such as burgers, noodles, pastas, salads and desserts. The restaurant concept is based on purity, lightness and friendliness. This is quite an interesting offering for Taipei, where Taiwanese flavors fuse with Western type of dishes. For starter, we ordered Sichuan green peppercorn curry tofu. Then came the tom yum risotto, followed by the tagliatelle with Bologna kumquat sauce, and the tagliatelle with truffle, mushrooms and cream sauce, and finally the burger with Taiwanese steak sauce. The flavors of all the dishes popped. The food here is superb and of high quality, and there were so many options to choose from, all vegan and done exceptionally well. The staff here is friendly, the service is great, and the decor is original. The atmosphere buzzing, but pleasant and not noisy. Definitely a place to visit in Taipei. Today we are taking a plane at the regional Songshan airport. We are flying to Taitung, a city located in the southeast of Taiwan. Our flight is slightly delayed, so we have to wait in the waiting room. I want to explore the waiting room, and I was surprised to see telephones booth and even one for children. The sesame oil and ginger sauce, their own curry sauce, and frozen fruits ice creams that we forgot to try. Looking at the frequentation of the restaurant, we could tell that the joint was very popular. Good food never fails, and the food here is excellent. After dinner, we went for a walk in the night market. There was not much vegan food there, except for some cut fruits or tofu. People were having fun playing shooting games, mahjong, or some ball games that I've seen a lot in Asia. And at the corner of the street, a little surprise. A violinist playing with energy some Western classical music. The Fugang Fishery Harbor is the portal for sea fishing and acts as a tourist fish market. Through its jetties, it serves as the gateway access to Taiwan offshore islands, Green Island and Orchid Island. Our destination is Green Island. Finally, we embarked and the 50 minutes ride to Green Island started smoothly, but not for a long time. After a while, the sea started to become very agitated. The boat was riding the waves who were getting higher and higher. People were joyous and excited, having fun with the boat ups and downs. But that didn't last long. All of a sudden, I realized that many people were getting seasick all across the boat, and that lasted for the whole crossing. Finally, we arrived at the Green Island port called Nanliao Harbor. Green Island is a small volcanic island in the Pacific Ocean, about 33 kilometers off the eastern coast of Taiwan. It is 5,000 kilometers square at a high tide. Today, it is known as a tourist hotspot, especially for diving, as the islands possess coral reefs. This is Daibasha diving area. It's a gulf plain at the foothill made up of accumulated white coral sands and is also one of the most beautiful beaches in the island. As soon as we arrived to our guest house, we decided to trek the famous Across Mountain Trail. To arrive at the beginning of the trail, we need to climb the 220 meters of stairs of the Ocean View Trail. The distance looks short, but it took us 30 minutes to reach the top. There, we start to have a nice view of the coast and the village down under. Here starts the Across Mountain Trail that in the early days connected the villages of Nanliao in the west, where the harbor is, Wenchuan, near where we are, and Zeping in the very south of the island. Green Island is a volcanic island that makes its soil rich for plants to grow in the latitude of the mountain. It also has a tropical monsoon climate and consistently very warm to hot temperatures with high humidity. These are perfect weather conditions for a large variety of flora and fauna to develop away from man disturbance. At the end of the Across Mountain Trail, there is a new trail, the Amei Mountain Trail. Amei Mountain Trail is a 940-meter long trail that takes 50 minutes to trek. At the end lays the Ameishan scenery platform that peaks at 276 meters altitude. We finally arrive at the platform and my gosh, what a view! Located in the center of the island, this is a perfect spot to observe the high-altitude mountain rainforest and the unique plants that had their form and appearance altered by the monsoon heavy rains, coupled with dry season episodic rainfalls. Over there, to the southeast, lays the Hoshina Mount, who peaks at 281 meters of altitude. After a few hours' walk in the center of the island, we arrive at the village of Zhongliao. In 1995, fewer than half of the registered 2,664 residents of the island actually lived on the island. The population is dwindling due to the difficulty of finding jobs. The island has 2 preschools, 1 kindergarten, 2 elementary schools, and 1 middle school. To pursue education at the senior high school level or above, islanders must move to the main island of Taiwan. Public services center include 1 seniors home, 1 library, and 1 community center. FuFu is a very charming and atmospheric restaurant, and its food is recommended and praised by many visitors on social medias. This is not a vegan restaurant, but the chef proposed several interesting vegan dishes. The restaurant has few tables, so it's better to call to book first. We chose to eat indoor as it was past midday and we were hot after the walk. Inside temperature was much more cooler and the light soothing and relaxing. We were very thirsty, so to start we ordered Thai pandan iced tea and Thai pandan iced black tea. Pandan, being a fragrant tropical Asian plant, made the drink so cooling. The dishes are Western influenced. We had the mushroom salad with balsamic dressing, nice and fresh, followed by the linguine with garlic and chili, al dente picante and tasty. And finally, the mushroom truffle risotto, quite unexpected dish in this part of the world, but well executed. It's also a place I will recommend. The staff is very friendly and very welcoming. After lunch, since we were in the north of the island, we planned to visit the National Human Rights Museum. The Green Island White Terror Memorial Park is a memorial park in Green Island to commemorate the victims of the White Terror. After martial law in Taiwan was declared in May 1949, Green Island first serves as an isolated spot and place of exile for political prisoners during the martial law period started in 1949, during the Kuomintang government and especially in the White Terror. The prison was built in 1951. Many political dissidents were imprisoned by the government. After the release, many of the prisoners jailed between the late 1940s and the late 1980s went on to establish the Democratic Progressive Party. In February 1970, Taiwan incident took place as one of the attempts for Taiwan independence movement. Soon, the Ministry of National Defense constructed the second prison, called Oasis Village. Oasis Village became the main penal colony. Upon its completion, the ministry transferred all the political prisoners throughout Taiwan to this new prison named the Institute of Reform and Training, which was then later renamed to Oasis Villa. After the martial law was lifted in July 1987, the area became the Green Island Prison under the Ministry of Justice. In 2001, the Taiwan government opened the Green Island Human Rights Culture Park to commemorate those who had fought for Taiwan's freedom, democracy and human rights. In 2018, they changed the name of the site to its current name, the Green Island White Terror Memorial Park. That trip to Green Island was something quite special, as a large part of its history unexpectedly lies there. And this was the end of our trip to Taiwan. This was a short trip, and there are still many places we haven't seen, maybe for another trip. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye! You can also watch my trip to Singapore in the window there.